Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1
now equipped to lay mines, sandbags, and build fighting positions.
on Kholodny Ferma. Our heroes today are going to be Time to Show Some Cock, playing as the US forces in the blue. And his opponent is going to be Mr. SturmTigerSage6, playing as the OKW forces in the red. Probably one of the best names I've seen. Anyways, so we see Mr. Cock over here setting up some tank traps up in the north. Not exactly wanting to stop anything from moving around here, even though I suppose it also serves that purpose a little bit. Really, you know, it's because you can still use a tank trap as heavy cover, so similar to sandbags, doesn't cost you, and you know, may as well do all these things while you are capturing your territory. So as well, we see rifles and rifles coming out for Cock, and he is laying down some sandbags as he caps. The supply half-track for Sage of the 6 is just sitting there in the center, trying to see if it can spot anything. Is as well laying down some wire for himself. Taking a little bit longer though here, as he is gonna be crushing his own wire, it looks like. Oh, no, manages to make it just right out of there. Can this guy actually crush it? I mean, it does have those pseudo tank traps there, so maybe it can't? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, just laying down some wire across the wall that's on the cutoff point to make sure that the defense or the cover is not used against him. And then laying down some additional cover here in front, or wire, so I'm not sure. Anyways, Mr. Cock saying that the EZ8 is ready for deployment, trying to play a little bit of mind games with Sage of the 6, as we do see, of course, that is not the situation. He, in fact, went for the Infantry company, which does not have the EZ8s. So we'll see if Sage believes him or is doing something completely different. But anyways, Volksgrenadiers popping into the church, getting engaged by some rifles. Rifles are in heavy cover. Volksgrens are inside the church. The engagement would take quite a while, but for now, they're just going to keep on duking it. We see Volksgrenadiers laying down sandbags. We see Stormpiles laying down wires. So both players here very accustomed to, at the very least, the early game of play, where you may as well start building all these things. Usually you're not going to be engaged by anything, and you can set yourselves up to be in a better position in the long run. So the engagement in the center continues to go on. The Volksgrens deciding to get out of the church. We see some sandbags getting laid down here on the other side of this cover as well. It works essentially as the same as the wire. It denies the cover because it gets in the way, and you can't utilize these unfinished sandbags as cover for yourself. So they can be shot down, but generally speaking, the infantry doesn't target them. You have to manually target them. Anyways, rear echelon squad coming up for a flanking maneuver here on the Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers going to be losing the house as the rear echelons gets inside, forcing them to backpedal and get themselves into the cover of the hay bale. We see the sandbags are in fact getting targeted here by the rifles. The rifles are going to be popping the sandbags, allowing them to have the cover. They've already popped one. They could actually just move themselves into the engagement and not keep shooting, but they are a little bit distracted there. Stormpiles in the second Volksgren squad moves into the engagement. Everybody in heavy cover. They're going to dislodge those rear echelons from inside the house, and that is an easy win there, I suppose. Volksgrenadiers popping into the house, rifles forced to back off, and in the center we hear rifles moving around. As in the far south, we see rifles engaging the Volksgrens. The Volksgrens did have the benefit of the heavy cover, so they managed to cut down the rifles on the approach, down to 3 men, and forces the retreat. Volksgrens now going to be feeling a little bit of what they did. Getting shot up by 2 rifle squads nonetheless, being forced to retreat, 1 man lagging a little bit behind, but managing to make its way out of there. And he's going to be quite fine. We do see the battle group headquarters has been set up in the cutoff point there for Sage of the 6. He's also setting down some sandbags for himself. That's why he said the wire earlier. He was anticipating putting the battle group headquarters there and laying down some sandbags to cover himself. Stormpiles and Volksgrenadiers do manage to force the retreat of the rifle squad. Rifle squad down to 1 man, barely makes it out of there. Kind of risky, as it did exit from the front. Could have easily exited from here and retreated, but it put itself in a tough spot, but barely manages to make it out of there. Infantry support gun now on the field for Sage6, and why wouldn't he? He has his, battle group headquarters already online. And down south, we see some rifles moving along as they capture territory, and we see some M5 mines getting laid down for CoCK. Center of the map, Volksgrenadier squad with a Shrek now equipped, anticipating something in the vehicle form, but nothing is really happening. We see these rifles laying down some mines all over the place, as of course they have the ability to lay mines because of the infantry company. They get the rifleman defensive structures. So they get sandbags and mines and all that. So this point over here, interestingly, did get completely wired off. So nice little building there for Sage. Will, probably be broken soon. But oh, that gives the rifle squad a very, very bad retreat spot. Or well, not spot, but path, as it has to retreat straight through the enforcements here of Sage6. However, it seems to make it out of there just fine. Rifle squad down south is going to be moving back, as it cannot really benefit from the cover here. Could use this one, but it's still, Sage has the defender's advantage, as it is going to be difficult to dislodge him from this point without much effort, or without significant effort, I should say. And he is, in fact, now getting the retreat point unlock, which is going to make it so that everybody goes back there. So that makes it a little bit harder. Rifles down south, engaging the Volksgren squad with the Shrek. The Shrek is not going to help out in this engagement, and the heavy cover will win against the medium cover there. Storm piles laying down some wire themselves, making sure that cover is not used at all against them. And we see the Panzer headquarters going down for Sage6, going to be covering that center point if anything breaks through, and anything approaching from the south. So it's quite aggressive, the positioning, but it's it's good. I like it. Quite covered here from the hedges, but an AT gun could be set up at range and still get a clear shot. I mean, you can see it right there. So it's a little bit precarious there. Up in the north, rear echelon squads are capping with their minesweepers equipped. Rifles capturing as well, as we do have a Volksgrenadier squad behind the lines going for the cap of the strategic point in the far north. Down south, we see the Volksgrenadiers are capturing the strategic and the fuel point. Wait, is that a fuel point, or is that just a strategic? Oh, Stonepile squad stepping on a mine, taking some heavy damage, but two of them are still alive. That's just a strategic point, right? The fuel point is this one. Yeah, there you go. I think the fuel points are in the winter version, right? Center map, rifles hold up at the church. Volksgrens pushing into the center point, as we do see heavier shots flying in its direction from the infantry support gun. Over for CoCK, we do have the mortar half-track on the field, which was the one taking some shots there at the Volksgrenadier squad. Oh, a nice hit there, although it impacts mostly on the tank, so the Volksgrenadiers don't take as much damage as they probably would have. They do lose their cover. Oh, grenade goes off, down to 2 men. Can they make it out of there? Infantry support gun seems to be wanting to lend a hand. Manages to not really do much. One more man goes down, but the Volksgrenadier squad barely makes it out of there with its life and gets the hell away. Mortar half-track does have an easy job here, as it does just simply have to barrage into the battle group headquarters, which he knows is there, and will easily get some shots, but it looks like more it's trying to counter barrage the infantry support gun. Volksgrenadiers pushing forward. Storm piles helping out with their sweepers. They should probably equip their assault rifles instead for the assault, although the threat of running into a mine, I suppose, is also clear in presence, so it's also a legit thing to keep that sweeper out. Captain and rifles up in the north going to be catching those storm piles. The storm piles don't really have much that they can do here. They have to retreat and retreat now. They're getting swarmed by 4 infantry squads. There they go, and they're going to make it out of there. Volksgrenadiers pushing straight through the center. We have a second Volksgrenadier squad with a Shrek. One here in the cover, taking a lot of damage there to the half-track. The half-track taking some shots. Volksgrenadiers push forward. They get themselves in range. Can they throw a shot? There it goes. Gets a good hit. Down to about 30% strength, but it manages to barely make it out of there. And it's not going to die. I mean, there's no way. Up in the north, the rifles and the captain are engaging the Volksgrenadier squad. The Volksgrenadier squad decaps the point, but it needs to retreat now. Otherwise, it's going to get cut down. It does retreat. Can it make it out of there? Yeah, it's fine. Behind it, we do have a rear echelon squad that can take some additional shots, but it's a rear echelon squad. It's not really going to do that much. And the Volksgrens up in the in the front of Cock's base. Taking some shots at the sandbags that were getting built, trying to well, break them, and it does, so that's nice. But the rifles are going to be pushing them out as they hold themselves up inside that house. Infantry support gun taking some shots into the rifles. The rifles getting suppressed. One of them retreats. The second squad is going to be trying to crawl out of the way. Shots continue to hit nearby. We do have a second infantry support gun on the field for Sage6, so that is going to be snowballing out of control, probably sooner rather than later. Infantry support gun getting a good shot there on the rear echelon squad. Rear echelon squad pinned down, forced to retreat by the Volksgrenadiers, and the rifles up in the north are also getting shot by the infantry support guns. They do all retreat and make it out of there, though. Rifle squad getting some shots in behind the Volksgrenadier squad. Volksgrenadier squad disengaging as the rifles just sit there in the northern munitions point. Volksgrenadier is going to be chased down here by rifles. They're moving themselves into position with another Volksgren squad, but realizing they've taken a lot of damage, they just simply move out of the way. Sage6 has selected his doctrine. That is the Fortifications doctrine, calling in an MG34 right away. Infantry support guns just continue to take some shots as much as they can. No kills on this one, but it does have some veterancy, and this guy has 4 kills with the same amount of veterancy. Well, actually a little bit more. But still, this guy has actually done way more damage and not killed anything. Rifles up in the north, now getting equipped with their LMGs. They're going to tear up those Volksgrens as they have to retreat in a very bad angle here, as the forward retreat location of the battle group headquarters actually forces them to go through the enemy. They should be able to make it out of there, though. It should be fine, but it's still, you know, you take some additional damage that you otherwise probably wouldn't have, as in a normal retreat path, they would have retreated in this direction. Storm Pyos up in the northern point, going to be capping. Behind them, Volksgrenadiers capping the munitions point. Center point, we have Captain capturing the victory point. Southern point, rear echelon squad capturing it as well. Volksgrenadiers and such just move along the way. Mr. Cock getting himself a pack howitzer now on the field. Hasn't actually done anything, but it'll soon start unloading. We do have the mortar half-track with 4 kills and about to get veterancy 1. What does it get at veterancy 1? Unlocks the delayed fuse barrage ability. Interesting. What is that anyways? So they're high explosive rounds, so I'm guessing they do more damage, but they don't immediately blow up. This is what I'm understanding. I haven't actually seen it in use. Maybe I have, but I haven't noticed it. It's interesting. So the pack howitzer, the rifles, and the mortar half-track backing off. As in the center, we see the Volksgrenadiers pushing and taking the center victory point. Up in the north, we do have the rifle squad with the LMGs capturing. Behind them, another rifle squad getting the fuel. So Sage6 getting clamped on by both sides right now. Volksgrenadier squad pops inside the house, gets a good shot there on the mortar half-track. Mortar half-track backing off. Captain pushing forward, trying to dislodge the Volksgren squad. Shots continue to fly. Volksgrenadier squad has acquired veterancy 4 due to the damage that it has dealt and received, so it's a pretty high veterancy squad. I mean, nothing really comes close right now. And the Volksgrens pop out. Rifle squad pops in. The Volksgrens can throw a incendiary grenade if they so desired, but it does not look like they desire. Shots flying from the infantry support guns, putting that house in risk of collapsing. And behind, the Volksgrenadiers in the south are going to be capturing some additional points, while we have the rear echelons building a munitions cache for Cock. Up north, rifles capping, more rifles capping, mines getting laid down, things happening, and there we go. Volksgrenadiers pushing again with their Shreks equipped, trying to catch that mortar half-track. Shot does fly, second shot flies. Oh, it misses. Volksgrenadiers having a clear shot there and potential kill of the mortar half-track. Managing to blow it completely, you fools. Nah. Valiant effort, but they didn't manage to get the kill. Managed to retreat down to 1 and 2 men, almost getting themselves killed, but they may get out of there, so not that big a deal. Volksgrenadier squad in the south is going to be... Wow, that was a very weird stutter. Gonna be destroying or catching the kill of a munitions cache. the pack howitzer or the mortar half-track. I think it was a pack howitzer, apparently. Also getting some shots in on the cache. The cache manages to stay alive at about 30% strength at best. But yeah, it stays alive, so that's nice for it. Well, I'm just... I need to get my water. That's too far. Didn't leave it next to me. Never mind. Actually, I'm gonna get it. Hold on. Oh, sorry. And there we go. I need a little bit of drink of water, and I left it actually away from my desk. I don't know why. So we saw the amazing footage of the captain capturing that strategic point while taking some shots from a pack, not a pack, but an infantry support gun. And that's about it. Oh, those are the delayed blast. Oh, okay, so yeah, they're way more explosive, but they have a fuse, which is interesting. Panzer IV, though, now on the field for SturmTigerSage6. That gives him a distinct advantage right now, as there's not much on the field right now that the Panzer IV really has to worry about. There is, of course, the bazookas of the captain, but that is about it. We see Mr. CoCK going ahead and building an AT gun of his own. So, yeah, I mean, he will be able to combat that. But the Panzer IV does have a window of opportunity here where it reigns supreme, getting itself upgraded with the gunner on top, so it'll be able to do a lot of damage to infantry, though. Does have to be careful with all the mines placed around the field. Captain down south is going to be... No, it's not actually going to be engaged by the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV seems to be going for the base. It looks like he's going to try and take out the cache. He knows that it's there, so at least he knows that he can do some damage to Mr. CoCK. But he just put himself in a weird location where the captain is behind him. We see rifles getting equipped with bazookas as CoCK is... Oh, interesting. Did the captain lose one? No. Shots fly. Panzer IV taking some damage. Captain getting targeted here. Bazookas continue to take some shots. More damage goes through. Panzer IV at about half health. The captain is still alive. And the Volksgrenadier squad is going to try to catch him. So how did these guys get bazookas? Oh, no? I mean, these are not researched. Oh, no, they are. Oh, I thought you got the little icon there. Never mind. So, I'm stupid. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we see more bazookas getting equipped for Mr. CoCK, as he is going to be trying to combat that Panzer IV. Panzer IV has taken some damage. Backs off, tearing through some cover in the way. But it stays alive, and it's currently back here. It needs to get repaired, and we see SturmTigerSage6 going ahead and building himself the Mechanized Regiment headquarters for, if nothing else, just to simply have the automated repairs and not have to build himself another SturmTiger squad, which died at some point, and I guess I missed it. I'll go ahead and note that down, and you probably already saw it. There's my pen. Wow, I'm all over the place today. It's actually pretty late, but I didn't want to have another day where I didn't get a cast out like the other on Monday, but yeah. What was it? There we go. So anyways, Major is on the field for CoCK. He is building himself a Jackson now to be able to combat that, ooh, wow, that, damn, that, Volksgrenadier squad barely made it out of there. Had to run through the, phosphorus and, almost get itself cooked alive, but it's still there, and now gonna get reinforced. Mechanized Regiment headquarters now online. The Panzer IV going to get repaired and should be heading back into battle soon. Of course, we do have the Jackson coming out. That is going to be difficult for SturmTigerSage6 to deal with. He does have 4 Shreks, though, so, I mean, it is definitely possible. It's not out of the question. The infantry support guns haven't really done too much. We only have 5 kills and 7 kills on this one. They do both have veterancy 1 acquired, though, which is nice. It gives them additional range. The shots are flying from the half track. Those would be white phosphorus barrages, which are cooking the infantry support gun. It backs off out of the flames and the phosphorus to try and stay alive. Now, from what I remember, the phosphorus can't actually kill you. It just reduces your health and makes you very easily killed. But Since they are right next there to the battle group headquarters, they can easily get healed and no manpower is lost. Rifles up in the north, engaging the Volkswagen squad. The Volkswagen squad doesn't really have too much luck here. Jackson now on the field, currently set up to only target vehicles. Going to be trying to take down the Panzer IV. Panzer IV GTFOing as it is moving down south to engage the rifles. Shot flies, gets a good hit on the rear there of the Panzer IV. Volksgrenadiers cut with a Shrek, going to be getting in the way, and the Jackson should be backing off. Bazooka shot flies, getting another hit on the Panzer IV's ass, but the Panzer IV gets out of there. A little bit more than half health left, and it should be feeling pretty good. It survived the encounter with the Jackson. So the infantry support gun here is not getting fully healed because it's still firing, even though it's not, you know, getting shot at. When your units are just fighting and shooting, the medics do not intervene. So as long as the infantry support gun shoots, the medics are not going to heal up the troops. But for right now, as it's moving, you know, you keep getting healed, and then it moves up and takes a shot, and then the healing stops. Although that guy seems to... Ah, there you go. But yeah, I mean, it got healed up, so nothing really big or major happens. Victory points 423 for CoCK, 277 for SageSage6. Volksgrenadiers retreating from the center as they are unable to capture the point. Southern point is decapped here by these rear echelon squads, and they're going to try and cap it. But that currently puts SageSage6 in the wrong side of a double cap, which is, I suppose, not as bad as a triple cap, but it still leaves your points your points 2 per tick. So rifle squad getting pinned down there by the infantry support guns, getting a little bit blasted there and forced to retreat. Volksgrenadiers are forced to retreat from the north as they do have some shots flying in their direction. Jackson is just moving around, trying to do what it can, but not really doing too much, really. Panzer IV sitting around in the center. Has 8 kills so far, so it's actually done pretty well. Volksgrenadiers in the center managed to decap the point, but they get themselves battered and are forced to retreat without capping. Southern point did get capped by the Volksgrenadiers, so at the very least right now the point bleed has been stopped. Infantry support guns trying to get their shots into the captain. Panzer IV also trying to get some shots in there, manages to get a good shot, and there goes the captain himself. Captain forced to retreat, or captain squad forced to retreat. But we now have the AT gun and the Jackson in the center. They're able to take some good shots there on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV taking some damage. AT gun bouncing a shot off of it. The US AT gun is not the best of AT guns. It's pretty light compared, so Panzer IV is actually able to deflect shots. Volksgrenadier squad in the center, unable to capture the point, getting torn apart by the LMGs of both rifle squads. Infantry support guns trying to do as best they can to dislodge all those troops, but you sometimes just don't get that money shot. Panzer IV does hit a combat blitz, not blitz. As it backs off. We do have the MG34. I'm sorry, is it an MG34 or an MG42? It's an MG42. Okay, yeah. I mean, it sounds like an MG42, so yeah. We do have the MG from the bunker there for SageSage6. It is covering the center, although it's not covering the point. Those rifles pushed up a little bit further forward and got themselves pinned down. CoCK decides to call in the Priest howitzer mortar carriage. We'll see how much damage a Priest does. Let me put a hotkey on you. There you go. There goes the first artillery barrage. Oh, sorry. Aha, there we go. So it's taking some shots at the battle group headquarters. Nothing much there for it to hit. See the shot there flying. It's a hit. More shots continue to fly. This one's going wide. Oh, that one hits the battle group headquarters dead on. But nothing is actually right there, so nothing is going to get hit. So yeah, I mean, that's why usually if you want to target the base sector, you wait until you know that you have just forced some infantry to retreat. So that's a lot of barrages. How many shots does it shoot in its barrage? Doesn't actually say the number of shots, but that was quite a bit. Anyways, while we have been staring at the nice little effects of the projectile, the Panzer IV in the center has taken some damage. However, we see that the Jackson has... No, it hasn't died. It's still there. Took some damage, but it's fine. So yeah, I mean, nothing really much to report on that. I guess an engagement went on. Panzer IV took some damage, but both tanks made it out of there. Panzer IV did acquire veterancy too, which is nice for it. What does it get as a OKW? Main gun higher efficiency, target acquisition, and weapon accuracy. Oh, cool. A little bit deadlier. So the howitzer taking some shots once again onto the base. This Volksgrenadier squad has just retreated, so this one is actually potentially in risk of getting itself eliminated. Does move out of the way as it tries to dodge the shots. Here comes the shots, but it doesn't look like it's really going to hit much. One of the men takes some damage, and shot flies wide. There you go. This one looks good. That one looks good. Ah, short. I don't know why I'm looking at that, but it's cool to look at the projectile supplies. Oh, the Volksgrenadiers move right on time. That howitzer shot was dead on. Was going to hit them directly. Maybe not kill the entire squad, but it was going to take some damage there. So anyways, back to the game. Shit, I got to stop looking at that. So the Panzer IV has taken massive damage in the center as it engaged once again against the Jackson. It looks like the mortar half-track taking some damage, but the Panzer IV manages to barely keep itself alive, and it's there. I guess I'm gonna put that in the picture so we at least see. So that was P4 flight 25. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So anyways, bit of a stalemate of sorts. I mean, there is some back and forth, of course, from territory capping and decapping, but neither player really doing a lot of damage to the other. The battle group headquarters, though, is pretty rough. It's taking quite a beating, and we see SageSage6 not building a storm pile squad, so not even trying to see if he can repair it, which is unfortunate. He's gonna potentially lose it here. Rifle squad down south gets a good grenade off on the Volkskrans to get they get forced to retreat. The shots continue to fly, although these shots are flying wide. Oh wait, that's the infantry support gun. Never mind. I was like, yeah, that looked like a weird angle. The bunker in the center, though, did get popped there by the artillery, so it's been destroyed. Up in the north, Volkskrans going for the munitions, as behind them we have rifles coming up for a bit of a flank. Second Volkskrans squad coming into the mix, trying to help out. The rifles do end up retreating, as they don't want to get themselves killed. And they still take some beating there. Rifles in the center, trying to go for the victory point. They managed to decap it, but that's about it. There is going to be a little bit of bleed right now for Sage, as he does need to cap this point in the south. And he is, you know, currently 1 point down, essentially, because of this one. So it's the equivalent of having one and your opponent having two. Because math. Panzer IV moving up to the north, going to be engaging the captain. The captain getting some shots in with the bazooka. But the Panzer IV pretty strong. Down to 2 men on that captain squad. Can he pick up the kill? No, it impacts on the surface and manages to not kill the captain, and the captain runs away, gets out of there. Quite fine. SageSage6 and well, both players really are floating a little bit of resources, since they have, you know, a decent sized army. More specifically, Mr. Cock has 90 pop cap. It's up to 700 manpower, so he can't really build a lot. He kind of needs that to reinforce what he's got, so it's understandable. But we do see SageSage6 going ahead and spending his resources that he has been hoarding for a little while to build himself the Tiger B, the Königstiger, the king of tigers. That's gonna be pretty good for him. See artillery barrages flying around here in the northern part of the retreat spot. I mean, I guess he hasn't noticed the amount of damage he's done, but it's interesting that he hasn't continuously barraged this same location. The last two barrages didn't go in here, and they could have potentially done that, but it has cleared out this infantry support gun, so that's good for Mr. Cock. That is one less to deal with. Center point, Volksgrenadier is going to be trying to stop the approaching infantry. Oh, Captain takes a nasty shot there to the infantry support gun, and down it goes. A nice little pickup there. Even catches flames, but I think... No, that was these guys throwing an incendiary grenade at the same time, right? Yeah. They threw an incendiary grenade to try to catch it. Oh, down south, that Volksgren squad down to one man, almost gets taken out, manages to make it out of there. Another Volksgren squad moving up to engage, and the King Tiger is about to hit the field, and it'll be interesting to see if CoCK has anything he can do to deal with that. Panzer IV in the center, engaging the Major. The Major gonna get itself killed if it doesn't retreat right now. Oh, barely makes it out of there, so Major still intact. Remember, at Veterancy 3, your Major can lock down territory, so you can utilize it in interesting ways to hold some territory if you put it at the edge. Panzer IV moving back. The King Tiger is now in effect. King Tiger gonna be moving straight through the center and wreaking havoc on the forces of CoCK. Volksgrenadiers in the center, getting some good hits there on the Jackson. The Jackson trying to finish off the Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV gets Veterancy 3 and is down to about 25% strength, managing to keep itself alive. Has been doing a lot of work. 27 kills in the game, so that's pretty much the MVP right there. King Tiger slowly trudging forward, takes a shot at the rear echelon squad, killing one of its members, but that's about it. We do have an AT gun on the field for CoCK, but I mean, it's just one AT gun. Can't really hope to do a lot. We do have a Sherman coming out, so Sherman Jackson AT gun. Oof, that seems very, very difficult to stop a King Tiger with. Rifles pushing forward, realizing, wait, that is a King Tiger, that is not the Panzer IV. Backing off a little bit, the Sherman as well, realizing, oh, wow. Vehicle crew is currently outside of the mortar half track. The vehicle crew is going to get annihilated here by the Volksgrens, or the vehicle itself is going to get... Oh, there you go. They do pop in, get themselves out. Remember, like, don't let this happen to you. You can always just shift-click, queue up an order to pop back into the vehicle as soon as the repair has finished, so that you don't get caught with your cock out. Sherman taking a nasty hit there by the King Tiger. The King Tiger pushes forward, realizing I am, in fact, the king of tigers. I can push forward with not a lot of opposition here. AT gun and Jackson are trying as best they can to do as much damage to the King Tiger. The King Tiger has actually taken quite a bit, but the Panzer IV is now coming up behind him, trying to utilize the opportunity of the King Tiger's distraction. King Tiger manages to take down the Jackson. The AT gun is currently focused on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV in the front. Rifles trying to get as much damage as they can in there with their bazookas. Shrek flies, down goes the Jackson. The AT gun does get decrewed. The Panzer IV trying as best as can to deal with all the remaining infantry. Down goes the ambulance. Down goes the rifles with their bazookas. The AT gun is still there. Should probably be destroyed just in case. Main gun does get destroyed on the abandoned howitzer. Howitzer going to be going down. The mortar half are going to be going down. Pack howitzer, AT gun, all there left on the field. The vehicle crew is going for the AT gun. That's what I was talking about. It needed to target. We also have a bazooka dropped in the world. Can the AT gun get a shot off on the King Tiger before it makes it out of there? It does, and down goes the King Tiger. A nice little mercy there for CoCK as he manages to eliminate the King Tiger. A very heavy engagement there for Mr. Sage6. The AT gun is continuously getting targeted here, and trying to get recovered here by the rifles. The vehicle crew is going to go and recover a Panzer... I mean, not a Panzer IV. A bazooka as the Panzer IV is trying to engage the rifles. AT gun does finally go down. Bazooka shots fly at the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV managing to eliminate the vehicle crew. It gets destroyed. Rifle squad down to one man, trying as best they can. It's going to hide behind the wrecks of the medic station, trying to get itself reinforced. Does not get the reinforcements through though, as it was distracted. AT gun gets called in. Only thing on the field right now for CoCK, and Sage6 managing to annihilate the CoCK. He destroyed the CoCK as he went in with the King Tiger, and the Panzer IV ends up getting Veterancy 5. That is a 53 kill Panzer IV. That is an impressive piece of German engineering. GG goes down by both players. Game has not come to an end, but I'm assuming it'll soon. Speed it up a little bit and see if anything happens. Cock does call in a lieutenant, gets his AT gun on the field, gets another rifle squad. He's currently moving up to the north. Trying to potentially chase down the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is trying to make its way out of there as the lieutenant and the AT gun continue to pursue. Volksgrenadiers moving up. We'll slow it down to the normal time. Rifles in the front of the base retreating as the lieutenant up in the north is still trying to chase down that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV moving back. The AT gun stopping on the fuel point, potentially trying to cap it, although he kind of wanted to go on the hunt. Lieutenant has recovered. Well, actually, I don't think it recovered it. I think it just bought it. It does have a bazooka, trying to get that killing blow, the coup de grace on the Panzer IV. The AT gun continues to push forward, as it should have been doing earlier, but it decided to stop for the fuel. That may have been the mistake that cost Cock's game. I don't think that's going to really be the case, but Lieutenant not managing to get its kill there. Forces Cock to surrender, and Sage takes the game. Very nice. That was a very nice push there. That King Tiger went down, but it did what it needed to do. It absorbed a lot of damage, did a lot of damage in return, and Sage managed to get himself a decisive victory here against Time to Show Some Cock. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.